Hello, we're back for another episode of Forever Strong. It's been quite a while, so I'm happy to be back and I look forward to working out with you guys. This is Mitzi, I'm Jeannie, and Mitzi, go for it.
Yeah, we're not Bob and Brad, the famous physical therapists. We're Jeannie and Mitzi, the personal trainers.
There you go. We're ready to go. Let's have a seat.
All right, let's get warmed up a little bit here. Just give it a little, I like to say, get the kinks out of your body a little bit, shake it out a little bit. We're going to start with rolls, though. Shoulder rolls, come up, back, and down.
So now, Mitzi, why don't you talk about why it's important to warm up?
Warm up is building up a little bit through that core body temperature. You want to get that to a certain, well, you'll know because when you get that body temperature up, then it lubricates your joints.
Exactly.
And that kind of stuff. So, you know, we have a lot of joints in our body. Let's go forward. So we want to get them warmed up and lubricated a little bit so they move better for us when we ask our bodies to do a little bit more.
And how long should they warm up?
Depending on what exercises you're going to do. If you're going to do a good, hour, I'd say a good 5 to 7 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so now up nice and tall, just kind of give it a little side bend there and then lift up tall, just a little side. Doesn't have to be anything major. It's just off to the side, just a little bit, a little bend. And inhale. Exhale as you bend over, inhale, raising up. Nice, one more each way. Very good. Now, wiggling those fingers, let's pull our shoulders up, back, and down. I always like to say having your chin level with your lap and just kind of give it a look. Warming up through your neck, you give it a look over to the side. Nice big inhale there. And then exhale as you look back over to the left. And then go and inhale and then over here, exhale. Couple more, looking to the left and right. Left, center, and right. Good. Putting your hands right here on your laps, you can kind of tap those fingers and those toes. Pull your chin back just a little bit and give it a little side. Left ear to left shoulder and then up and over to the right and up. One more time each way. Nice. A few little heel lifts. You can kind of push down here with the heels of your hand if you like. Otherwise, just pull those heels up, warming up through the ankles. Thinking about how good is my sit? Is my posture good? Do I have my abdominals braced? A couple more of these. Very good. All right, let's just kind of extend one heel out and bring it back, sitting up nice and tall. Now you can just kind of take your arms out to the side here a little bit, extend and bend through your elbow. We're just going to do a few more of these. About 3. Good. 2. And 1. Nice. All right, now let's get our feet underneath our knees or a little bit back from us. We're going to come up and get out of that chair. Let's do some sit to stands, Jeannie. We're going to come up and we're going to do 5. So any way you get up and out of that chair, nose over toes, come on up and pause and back down, nice and controlled. Here's 2. And here's 3. Again, any way I say getting up out of that chair is a good way. Let's do one more time. All right.
I like that.
Give it a march around the outside of your chair. We can go back behind. Right away, let's give it a side step to the right and to the left. Just single step, side step, side step. Just kind of warming up. You can do whatever you like with your hands. Side, side. Let's add a little heel raise. Let's pick up that heel behind us. Give it a little pull. I like to think, all right, abdominals are braced here and keep your knee underneath your hip as you bring that heel back behind. We're going to try to work the back side and warm that up a little bit. 3 more. 2. And 1. Nice job. Side step again, side step back and forth. Just a few times. Now, I'm going to have you just give it a little step out. Pause here, step out, and you're going to circle your hips a few times to the left. Get a little warmed up here. Circle them around, and then I want you to do that on the reverse when you're ready. Circle the other way. Circle them up. Nice move through the hips. Couple more to the right.
Mitzi's got rhythm.
Woo! Thank you. All right, feet are closer together. I like to say that second toe underneath your hip. Give it a step back on the right. Push your heel down and come back forward. Step back left and together. Now, if you want to add a little push on the same side, a little balance challenge, step back left like you're trying to stop somebody. and left. Let's do it one more time. To the left
Right.
and to the right.
There you go.
Very good. Back to that march. Are you getting warmed up?
I'm getting warmed up.
All right, we're going to march it here for about another 6 counts. 5, pump it up. 3,
I'm going to pump you up.
yes, 2, and 1. Now let's stay here, a little bend in the knees and give it a little bit of a twist right here. Side, side. Woo! I knew we were going to do that. Nice to meet you. Side, 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 side. 3 more. Doesn't have to be a big twist. You're just warming up through the torso. 2 and 1. Now let's step back a little bit from that chair and just kind of give it a little slow knee. Slow knee lift.
Don't talk
Go up
snow.
left. Yeah, snow. We're
No
in Nebraska
snow.
with the winter here. It's a little cool today. Side, side, lift. Ooh. Think about picking that up, that knee with those abdominals, giving a little pull down at the same time. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the march for 8. About a 6 count. You can always give yourself a march around the room. You can back up in your stance and go forward for a warm up. You know how to get yourself kind of warmed up if you're cold in the middle of your house or whatever. But how you feeling?
I'm feeling warmed up.
4 counts.
These lights don't
3
help a lot.
counts. 2 left. All right. Let's get to some strength training.
Okay.
All right.
Today we're going to do our lower body. You want to remember that you want to work out and do your muscles every other day or even longer depending on how much weight you lift. So you want to make sure you give them some rest. So we're going to do lower body, then we're going to do upper body next time. So we're going to start out with some squats.
All
Actually,
right.
let's go ahead and start from the side.
Okay. Which side do you want me
I'm
this
going
way?
to face the chair
Facing?
this way. Let's go forward.
Okay. You want
So
me
Missy,
forward?
I want you to face that way and get ready for a squat.
Okay.
All right, so I want you to watch. Mitzi's going to keep her feet about hip width apart, maybe a little wider if she wants. Her toes will be turned out slightly, and she's going to shift her hips back as she goes down. You want to keep your abs engaged, making sure your core is strong. If you want, you can tap that chair. You can go to 90 degrees at the knee. Keep going. Don't hear any cracking yet. Wait for that cracking to come. So you want to inhale as you go down and exhale as you come up. So we're going to do 1 set with no weight, and then we're going to do a 2nd set with weight. Good. So see how Mitzi's shifting those hips way back? Can you tap that chair, Mitzi? There. Just make sure those knees don't come forward. Okay, now we're going to face the front. I'm going to turn the chair back around. You don't have to use a chair, but it is a good tool to use to make sure you're shifting your hips back. So what you're going to need to watch for, go ahead, Missy, is these knees making sure they're tracking maybe towards your baby toe. You do not want those to go in. We call that a valgus knee, and it's really, really, really hard on the knees. You might be tight somewhere. It's making your knees drop in. How about 4 more? Are you breathing?
Yes.
Big exhale.
Big inhale. Exhale as I push up.
So you want your eyes on the horizon. I don't want your chin up like that. So you're going to kind of look towards the floor about 6 feet in front of you. We want to keep that natural curve in your back. Go ahead and stop for a second. I'll have you turn to the side.
This way to you.
Go ahead and face her.
Yep.
So you have a curve here, you have a curve here. So I want you to make sure you keep both curves. Go ahead and do a squat, Mitzi. We'll talk about that too. It's good. So when you get in the bottom position, you want to make sure, go ahead, that you don't have too much of an arch there. Some of us have a really big curve in our low back. I do. So I actually have to tuck, and I hesitate to use that word because I do not want you to tuck if you don't have that. So just make sure your back is where it needs to be. We want it what we call neutral. And same with your neck. So you don't want to be here when you're squatting. You want your chin down just a little bit. I'm going to grab you some weights, Mitzi.
Yeah, people have a big sway at times. There's different clients. You can tell their back sways quite a bit.
If you look at people that do ballet a lot, they have that posture because they get pretty tight. So you can hold them there or you can hold them down by your sides. Why don't you show them both?
Okay.
Okay, and then go ahead and do 12.
Okay.
So she's bringing her hips back, and she's also going to watch her knees that they're tracking her toes and not allowing them to go in. And she's breathing. Now you're going to start out with a weight that's comfortable for you, but the goal over time is to find a weight that you can do at least 8 times, but not more than 12 times, because then it's too easy. I don't want you to jump to that weight right away, otherwise you're going to be really, really sore, and I want you to be able to walk the next day. So you can start out with like 5-pound dumbbells. Mitzi's got 8s right here.
This feels easier for me to put them up here. Why is
And you
that?
can even let them rest. I think it feels easier that way as well. Feel like you're being dragged into the ground when you hold them by your sides, especially when they get really heavy. You can keep going. Just you want to increase your weight gradually. As it gets easy, then you can increase it by like 5%. How many more you got, Mitzi?
One more.
Okay, you might as well stay facing that way because I'm going to have you do a deadlift. So I'll come around this way.
All right.
So when you do a deadlift, posture stays the same. You want to stay in neutral. So you want to make sure you tip from the hips and come back up. So you're going to look at the ground, tip from the hips. You know those things that you have on your dashboard that just kind of tip over? Or pretend like you're taking a bow. So before you do that, make sure you can do it with no weight. You don't want to add resistance to an exercise until you know for sure you can do it. Go ahead, Mitzi. Keep those weights close to your body, almost like they can almost come down your legs as you go over. Now, people argue over how far you can go down. I go to the knees. You can go a little further for that stretch if you want to, but you really have to watch your low back, the position that it's in. People are afraid to do this exercise because their back, but it's actually a great exercise to do. It'll strengthen your back very quickly. And Mitzi, I want you to keep your head down just a little bit so you keep that natural curve in your neck so you're not...
Tuck my chin a little more.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. So you want your knees to stay fixed. I say stay where you start. So find where you want those knees. They can have a slight bend in or they can be straight and they're not going to move as you go down. So the knees stay perfectly still.
And I feel my back side, right?
Yes.
I'm pulling back up.
You work your low back and you get your hamstrings as well. Good. How many more you got?
2.
She's doing a very nice job.
Thank you.
Now, if this is easy for you, you can either increase your weight or we can take a staggered stance. So we'll just face each other and just take one leg back like that. Now, I'm going to keep that front knee pretty straight, but think about lifting up out of your hips and then you're going to lean over. And you don't let that knee bend. Keep the weights close to your body and come back up. So you can go down here. This is a lot tougher. You're going to really feel it in the hamstrings of that front leg. Do you, Mitzi?
I've never done these. This is very
So
challenging.
good for balance too.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, just watch you don't hyperextend your knee. You can lock a joint. You always hear people tell you not to lock your joint. What they typically mean is don't hyperextend it. You don't want it to go back the other way. But it actually, if you don't lock a joint in position, you actually could fall over. So we want to keep those joints locked a little bit. How's that feel? You want to switch to the other
I got to
side?
switch.
Nice job. So
Yeah.
just make sure you breathe.
Walk straight front.
You can put a little bend in that knee because it's kind of hyperextending a little bit.
Okay. And what about my back leg?
Your back legs really doesn't
bend?
have a lot of weight on it, so
No.
it's not as I don't want to say it's not as important, but it pretty much is not because all that weight's on that front leg.
Okay.
Your back leg is going to help you with your balance.
Okay. It's just trying to keep me up in the upright position then. I feel this one.
Yeah, it's pretty effective exercise. It's very difficult to work your hamstrings at home and get an effective workout. There's a couple things you can do, and you'll be seeing them on this show. Not today, though.
I kind of wobble on this side
Yeah.
going forward.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You're going to have one side that's better than the other, most likely.
Wow.
And it can be a lot. Just keep your joints relaxed in your elbows. Good. How you doing?
Good. That's going to be my last one for me. Whoo, that was good.
I know. It's a
That's
great hamstring
I've done
workout. Okay, so I'll let you put those dumbbells down.
All
that way.
right.
And then we're going to go to the floor, and you can do a bridge.
A bridge. All
These are
right.
called glute bridges. So I want your feet close to your buttocks. So pull them in just there you go, a little bit. So you're going to want to do a pelvic tilt. If you do a pelvic tilt, again, act like you're going to zip up a tight pair of pants. That'll actually protect your low back. Because sometimes when you do this exercise, you feel a squeeze in that low back. And although you are working your low back, I don't want you to feel that squeeze that I'm talking about, because that means you just need to do that pelvic tilt. So make sure you curve up, pull your belly in. I want you to just lift your hips. Good. Come up higher, as high as you can go, and hold it. Try to relax up right here, so you don't want all that pressure on your neck. You want to distribute that between your shoulder blades. And come on down. So I just want you to come up a little pause, and you can go back down.
Am I supposed to be squeezing?
Yeah,
Or-
well,
or just-
that's a good idea. Yes, you can squeeze. It is squeezing for you when you push out of those heels, but a good question. So actually lift your toes. I like that. If you lift your toes and you get them on those heels, it's going to automatically, and then you can do a little extra squeeze going down. So I want you to come up as high as you can go, higher, and a little higher.
Ooh.
And then down. People always think they go up as high as they can go, and there really is just a little bit more. So you're going to exhale as you push up, and you're going to inhale as you come down. How's that feel, Mitzi?
Wow, I guess I've always just came up to where, like you said, I always would just
Yeah.
go a certain height and thought that's all.
When I
the
really get
farther I
that
could
peak
go.
contraction. So keep those toes up. Now, if that's uncomfortable for your knees, you can walk your feet out a little bit, but just make sure you're cognizant of where your low back is, because that can make your low back arch a little bit more. Boy, Mitzi's going to feel this later.
Yes, I am.
So
Bridges
exhale.
are really good. I heard that when you do a bridge, though, that they have you do these pretty soon after back surgery, is how important they are for your back. Whether that's true or not, but I've heard from different clients that their parent or their grandparent or whatever had back surgery, and they had them doing bridges like the
That
next
makes
day.
it makes a lot of sense,
in the
because you're
hospital, so-
working your core too. Your glutes are part of your core. All these muscles right here. They all kind of work together synergistically. How many more you got?
One more, I'll give it
Do you want to show the next version or the next level?
with the
Are you
leg
game?
up. Okay. So lift.
Let's go ahead and lift this leg up.
Okay.
Up in the air. There you go. Now you can hold it down here. Here's easier. Here's harder. So because it's a longer level. So let's start here. Now you want to keep your hips level though. Your hips want to tip. So I want you to keep your pelvis from rotating and keep your hips level. And just lift it up. And that becomes difficult. And then try not to push with your hands and your arms when you're on the floor. So it's exhale as you push up. Again, keeping that weight distributed between your shoulder blades.
Woo, shaky already on
Yeah.
that one. Lift. Really loads into that other leg too.
And then if you want to add lifting your toe, which you don't have to today, that would be another level too. Just push up out of that heel.
feel it
And
in
you
my
exhale
hamstring.
as you push up. Yeah.
I feel it in my
Good
hamstring.
hamstring work. Yeah, that's what really isometrically contracting in that hamstring. What happens is you start to lose your muscle in your buttocks, well, actually everywhere from about the age of 25, about a half a pound a year. So think about from 25 to 35, you've lost 5 pounds of muscle. And so then by the time you're 45, you've lost 10 pounds of muscle. So that means you're not going to be able to do the activities that you once could do, and also your metabolism is going to be affected by that somewhat too. So you want to do some kind of resistance training, whether it's with your own body, whether it's with weights, whether it's tubing, machines. Dumbbells and tubing are better because a machine can do some of the stabilization for you. You don't work your core as much, but it's a good place to start if you go to a facility and you work out there, or if you have them in your basement. So are you all done with those, Mitzi? You taking a rest?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
It's nice down here.
So, well, let's go ahead and stand up.
Okay.
Now watch Mitzi get up, but not like that. Go back
Oh.
down. Let's show them how to get up properly from the floor. I didn't warn her. Yeah, you roll over onto your side, push up with your hands over onto all fours, and then you can walk your hands back and stand up. That'll protect your low back if you get up from the floor properly. If you don't have the strength to do that, then have a chair nearby, and you can use the chair to get up and down. We're going to show them that one. This is a hard exercise for everybody, so we're going to start out very easy and show you how you can progress. I actually fell down the stairs 3 months ago, so I probably have only worked out 3 times since then. I just have gotten to where I feel a little bit better and I can work out. So I'm going to have Mitzi show you. Why don't you go ahead and come up here, Mitzi, please?
Face this way?
No, you can face that
Okay.
way. I'm going to have you do that lunge. Just start to lunge backwards.
Okay. Step back.
Now bend the back. There you go. Step forward. So when you lunge back, and you can do this one of 2 ways. You actually can lunge forward and do this exercise, but you move forward if you do that, and we don't really have the room to do that, so we're lunging back. And I think lunging back can be safer, but you just want to make sure your legs are like on railroad tracks, not a balance beam. If you lunge back too close, show them what it's like when you lunge back too close. then you're wobbling and you lose your balance. So you can take that foot wider to give you some good support. If this is too scary for you, you can do it where you have your hand on a chair, on the back of a chair. And just make sure you're not leaning into that chair and that your posture's good, because we want you up nice and tall. Okay, you want to add that reaching, go ahead and lunge back, and I'm going to have you reach forward long. Come on down. Can you come lower? I'm going to have you reach forward because this is going to lengthen the muscles in your glutes. It's also going to give you a lot, it's like you have weight resistance right here with your own body. And then you can lift that back leg and get a little bounce, or just, yeah, that's going to tap your toe. Perfect. And you can also increase the intensity of that, but this is where we're going to stay today. Go ahead and lunge back your other leg. Mitzi, we'll have you do that a few times.
I feel
now,
that
Mitzi,
in my hip.
you're pretty close. For balance, I need to step wider, or I feel like I'm going to fall.
Okay, so out wider, you think?
Well, only if you need to. You can bend that knee a little bit more.
Okay.
Good. We'll do these again sometime and we'll progress these. Just want you to learn this move first. So just start with this backward lunge. You don't have to do the rest of it yet till you learn it. You can record this program and play it over and over again. Or you know it'll be back on again.
This feels
See?
narrow there.
Yeah. So,
So I know I
is
can
this
sit back.
side more wobbly?
Yeah,
So you're
I'm
gonna-
stronger. Yeah, on
Yeah.
my other side.
Yeah, so you'll have a side that's a lot more wobbly than the other, unless you've been doing these.
Yeah, these are challenging.
It's always a good idea to start with your side that's weaker, so you have
then
all
I
that.
just
So you're going to
reach.
really reach forward. Yep, and then lift that leg.
in my hip.
Yeah. So now if you actually lift your leg right up out of there, it's quite a glute workout and a hamstring workout. So,
I feel it right there in my left hip
Okay.
when I'm lunging. Yeah.
all right, he just told us we have 5 minutes, Mitzi. So
Ooh,
let's see what we want to do. Let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and go to the floor and do the dead bug. Well,
Okay.
I call it the dead bug. It's like the dead bug. Okay. I'll get you a weight. We'll see if you can progress with the weight. All right. So
Just
if you want to
one?
hold it this way, or I like to hold it this way.
You
so
do?
Whichever
I'm
way.
going to try it this way.
Okay.
I think.
I
I think
know.
this is the first time
It's-
I'm doing this.
It's just the rotation of the shoulder, what feels comfortable. I don't really like that with my shoulders, but either way. Now Mitzi's back, I'm going to show you over here so you can see what I'm doing here. That needs to stay down when she does this exercise, and you're going to use a lot of core strength, and you're also using your hip flexors. But it's a
Okay.
great exercise. Actually, Missy, let's just do it without our arms overhead first. Go ahead and bring your arms down. This would be where you'd want to start, and you can just tap your heel down. So, got to make sure that low back, I'm going to put my hand on here, make sure her back's staying down. Push your back into my hand. So you're going to pull in really hard there. So you're going to exhale. So I should feel pressure on my hand. There we go. She's going to be going, how come I have to do these and you're not doing them?
We'll talk later.
Okay, now Mitzi, I'm not going to have her progress to the overhead because I think her low back's not down enough. And so you really want, you can bring your heels closer and see if that helps. Let's see. Push in my hand. Yeah, that's a little better. So it's just a low tap. Good. I'll go ahead and show them one or two with the weight overhead if somebody wants to progress to that, and then we'll stretch because.
Yeah, because watch for your mic too. I'm going to roll over.
Okay.
I'm going to get up straight.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah, keeping that low back down
So
is
I got to
tough.
keep that
If
pressed
you
down.
have
So
any
I'm going to take one leg out
weakness,
and then back up. Other leg out and back up. So it's, you want to try to keep your upper body relaxed because you get really tense in your trapezius muscles, the base of your neck.
I like that your chin is straight up
Yeah.
and level.
So if you cannot keep that low back down, do not do these exercises. You're going to end up hurting your low back. See, I didn't get up properly either, did I? Okay, we're going to do some quick stretches here. Go ahead and have a seat.
Okay.
Okay, you can go that side. We're going to just take our leg back right here. Okay, we worked the lower body pretty hard. We're going to do this quick. We'll just do one side so you guys know you need to make sure you do the other side. I want you to step real tall and lean back. Tuck your chin just a little bit. Okay, so you guys hold these stretches. I'm just going to just show you. Let's go forward on the edge of our chair. I want you to step real tall. I want you to lean forward. Keep your shoulder blades down. Chest opened. Okay, again, you're going to hold those, and then you can cross your leg right here. Gosh, bottom of my shoe's dirty. Okay, up real tall. Keep your back straight. I want you to lean forward. My glutes are really tight from not doing anything for 3 months. So,
yeah, I don't need to lean forward. I feel that already.
Yeah, good point. As you get older, you lose that muscle I told you about. You use it in your glutes. That's why people can get flat behinds. I actually have a flat behind. I was born with it. But people, as they get older, will lose that nice roundness because they've lost the muscle in their behind. Just bring it right here.
Yeah, they think they're losing weight. Like, oh, my pants don't fit like they used to.
Yes, my mother used to brag because she could get into a smaller size than me. Well, this has been a lot of fun, and we really appreciate you joining us for this exercise session, and we'll see you again next time. Have a great day.
And if you want more information about this program or any other exercise programs, you can contact Aging Partners at 402-441-7575.